Hello again, and welcome back to the vlog. I've got something a little bit interesting for you today, a little bit special. Let's have a look. We're going to show you an area of the house that you don't normally see, so come with me into here. This is our audio archive. It's a very small passageway essentially, but up here is the audio archive. Now, some of you may be aware that Jen, when she was at university, ran a radio station. So we've got an awful lot of stuff, including some old dad tapes, I believe they are, which actually come from that era, type of thing that was used on radios back in the day. But the main reason I'm up here, not for showing off our small archive of Jen's books, but these ones up here, you might see up there, Doctor Who and some white label ones. Those white labels are 2000 AD, Judge Dredd and Strontium Dog. That's what I'm here to talk to you about today. So yeah, I've been down to the audio archive downstairs and picked out a load of CDs and some audio cassettes as well, because I want to talk to you about something that's been something that's quite close to my heart from when I was a kid. I used to collect audio books. Now, if I can find it, I have the oldest audio book that I've still got, and it's the Star Wars A New Hope one. So it comes with the cassette. Collect all three of the original trilogy.
It was the Dark Lord of the Sith, the feared Darth Vader.
It's not the original releases, but it is quite nice. I used to have ones for Transformers and He-Man and things like that. My sister had Gem and all sorts. We used to play them in the... You know that weird toy Gem had, where it was like a base for all of the characters to stand and play their instruments, but you could also put a cassette in? We used to use it to play audiobooks. It was quite funny. So basically, Gem and the holograms would be performing Transformers and things like that. And that kind of got me into audiobooks. I used to buy one every now and again when I saw something that actually interested me. This is the one that really got me into it. The best of science fiction and fantasy. Now, this is a collection of audiobooks read by some Star Trek alumni and some famous people as well. We've got Siddig El-Fadil.
The next time you see the full moon, high in the south, look carefully at its right-hand edge and let your eye travel upward along the curve of the disk.
In Star Trek Deep Space Nine, we've got Claudia Christian from Babylon 5. Will Wheaton, he reads one of the best short stories I have ever heard. Why I Left Harry's All-Night Hamburgers. I kid you not, it is an amazing story. It actually won a lot of awards, and for good reason. It is fantastic. And Will Wheaton reads it really well. So this really got me into audiobooks again after being a kid, because it wasn't just kids' stories where bing, turn the page and all of that. It was actual stories and it was good. So I moved on from there to stuff like Bernard Cornwell's The Winter King.
The vast fires of Beltane roared at the darkness to bring new life to the reviving world.
It's got a few marks and scuffs on it. This has been in boxes all over the place. I've moved many times since I bought it. The most disappointing one I ever got, though, was Judge Dredd. Not because the story's bad. The story of Judge Dredd is actually pretty good. It's not what's in the final film. It's expanded. There's a lot more characterization. It feels an awful lot more like a Judge Dredd film. It's pretty good. But the guy who reads it has this really gruff, tough guy voice. And he does the most annoying thing. He uses that all the way through.
The beloved Judge Fargo is taking the long walk, and Judge Dredd is on his way to Aspen Prison.
It's actually hard to listen to because it's some guy trying to be really tough all the way through with every single thing he reads. So annoying. I've got another one here. It's one of the two Power Klingon and Conversational Klingon book sets for the Klingon Dictionary. It's actually quite funny. It's decent. I can't find the other one. I do have both. But the one that I really wanted to talk to you about is another one that must have got filed when we've moved various times with the Power Klingon tape, because it's an audio play by Radio 1. Yeah, Radio 1, for those of you who aren't in the UK and are younger than I am, was like the popular music station that the kids and the teenagers and people in their early 20s used to listen to. It was a great channel. But it wasn't always just music. They did documentaries, they did interviews, and they did audio plays. And they were pretty good. They did an audio production of Independence Day, which was so good, so funny as well. instead of doing with the characters from the film, they created their own version of the story in the same way that H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds was redone by Orson Welles. So, at the... I'm laughing as I talk to you about this because at the finale of the Radio 1 version, Sir Patrick Moore of The Sky at Night and Games Master was fist fighting with an extraterrestrial. It was so good. And they did stuff like that, but they also did an audio play of 2000 AD's Judge Dredd, The Apocalypse War, one of the foundational stories from 2000 AD. It is amazing. And I had it. I've got it on cassette. It's on a double cassette, same way that Judge Dredd and all of that is, but I can't find it. It's so annoying. And the artwork on the cover is from 2000 AD. It looks brilliant. So I love that sort of stuff. And I don't know. We live in an age where you can pretty much get an audiobook of any book that comes out these days. And that's damn good. I really like that. I've got a few myself. 1Q84, which is not a good book. A lot of people raved about it. And I can see why, because the story is really, really interesting. It's a fantastic idea. There's actually one bit in it. It stops the main story to tell another story about a town completely run by cats. And it's fascinating. It's a brilliantly written thing, but the main story, it plods along too much for me and it's very annoying. But I also have one by Neil Stephenson, Reamdy. So good. Guys, get a copy of that. It is so well done. But for the most part, I still pick them up on audio CD every now and again when I can. So I've got a few here that Sir Patrick has sent over. You will have seen them in unboxing videos. We've got the Daleks Conquests, Dalek Audio Annual, Doctor Who Audio Annual. But I also have this one, and it's my own copy. The Doomwood Curse from Big Finish Productions. Really good. But the main thing I go for from Big Finish, and the ones that really got me into it, are the 2000 AD audiobooks. Now, there's still you can still get these digital only these days. You can't buy the CDs. I don't have them all. I've got 1, 2, 3, 10, 16, and 17. Not bad. Judge Dredd Death Trap by David Bishop, who was the editor of 2000 AD at the time, which is quite cool. Another one, Wanted, Dread or Alive from David Bishop. Grud is Dead by James Swallow. I don't remember that being the best. It's a crossover with Judge Dredd and Devlin War, who is a vampire. But he's a gentleman vampire. It's rather good. Another crossover, which is a one that I really do enjoy. Judge Dredd Preemptive Strike. A crossover with Johnny Alpha from Strontium Dog. Wonderful. Which leads me into my absolute favourites. The 2 Strontium Dog audio plays. Simon Pegg plays Johnny Alpha, and he plays him incredibly. These are great.
McNulty, get back to your seat, Johnny.
I like the outfit.
So, it was you who snagged the last 2 tickets. I knew it.
They're hilarious. They're detective stories, action stories. It's like if the A-Team was done by 2 clowns who don't know they're clowns but play the entire thing professionally. It's brilliant. So we've got Down to Earth and Fire from Heaven. These are amazing. You need to hear them. They're so good. So that's my audiobook collection. And the reason I like them is sometimes you want to have something on in the background to listen to while you're doing work. Perfect stuff. And the way that I've set these up, they've gone from introduction to absolute brilliance because the way these are performed is superb. There's quite a range. Audio productions, like as if they're radio plays, or just reading stories at the bottom. Guys, what are your favourites? I would like to know that because these are mine and I love them, especially the Will Wheaton one and the Strontium Dog ones. So good. But I'd love to know, do you go in for audio plays, or do you prefer to read, or do you prefer comics, or whatever? Love to know. Do let me know. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk-Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey82, Mo Henry, and George Botterini. Thank you so much, guys.